So I've briefly discussed before different floor washes that I make, and this video is going to be about floor washes in general. Um, there's tons of different ways to make floor washes. Some people will take Castile soap and they'll add different oils to it, or they will heat it with, or not heat it, they'll mix it with different herbs to make a floor wash. But I think the earliest ones were just distilled water and salt, and then you'd add different conditioning oils or herbs to that. Um, I know urine is usually a common ingredient, like when you make your own floor washes. I don't put urine in mine, so don't worry. You can put your own. um, when you're doing like cleansing rituals or you want to put your energy into something. And there's also different types of bases. Can be ammonia is used. I really don't like the use of ammonia as a floor wash though. You can use distilled water in the salt. You can also put sulphur in the distilled water, different herbs, different oils, and also you can use vinegar as a base. You can use Castile soap. You can really use anything. A lot of people even will just dilute oils. They'll just put oil straight into a water and then use that as a floor wash. A floor wash is used after you clean though, so you can use your chemical products or whatever you use to clean your home. And then floor washes are more of a spiritual rinse. So after I mop the floor, or I even use floor washes on my walls. You can, well, and I'll use a rag for those. I'll dip it in the floor wash. And with mine, you have to dilute them. You just put a little bit in a bucket of water. And when you read my listings, you can see how much that is, depending on how strong you want it. Mine are also usually safe for the bath as well. So a lot of floor washes that you'll buy can be used in the bath, especially the ones made of Castile soap. They use it as a bubble bath slash floor wash. I know I think Rita of Rita Spiritual Goods does that. And then, yeah, there's so many different types of ways to make floor washes. Even different HooDoo colognes are used as floor washes because you add it to a bucket of water and you do a rinse with it and they smell wonderful, like using the Florida water, Kananga water. Yeah, I say everything wrong, sorry. White cologne and all that. And I made a video on the Chinese floor wash too, which is basically just pine sol and Van mixed together. And then I made a homemade version of that. So I wouldn't have used pine sol. And then also, with my floor washes, there's a slow process. I take fresh herbs and spices, and depending on what I'm making, and I will sit them in my base, my secret base, in mason jars for at least 2 weeks or more, so that they can really mix in there. And then I'll do another little process through and I'll strain it, and sometimes I'll even, if I really want it potent, I'll put another slow process thing through. I'll put fresh herbs and sometimes fruits and spices and whatever again. And I'll let it sit for another couple of weeks. And then at the end, when I strain and do a couple little secret things, I'll add essential oils to it as well. Not all of them, like my 4th use vinegar, I don't. I just made today, just start making today, a rosemary and rue wash. That won't be scented either. And I think my blue HooDoo one isn't scented as well. So they don't have to be scented. They're made to work. They're not made to make your house really smell pretty, even though a lot of the ones I do make will make your house smell really pretty, depending on how far you dilute it. And I clean everything with them. I make them for my mom sometimes, or let her use them. I do the walls, I do the tile, the floor, doorknobs, the thresholds around the door itself. Sometimes with some of them I'll even use them as like a sort of like a glass cleaner, but you have to be careful. It depends on what some of those are. There's sometimes a residue if I use the fruit ones in my spiritual washes, because they'll leave like a funky residue if I don't dilute it enough for the mirrors, but you can't see it on floors or the walls or anything. Everything else other than the fruit ones doesn't really leave a mark. So that's why they're all naturally colored too, mine. And most people just add herbal powders to their base, and they work apparently. I have never used anybody else's floor wash. I've always made my own, so I don't know how they work. But I know or how, if they like it with the Castile soap and everything, with bubbles or not. But I'm sure it's still wonderful. I mean, I heard so many great reviews about Rita's washes, and mine are different, but you know, it depends on what you want and what you like, what you're expecting. Some people have to actually see it working, so they'll want the bubbles, and some actually have to smell something, or they don't think it's working at all. depending on what you're looking for. So you can always ask me questions too if you're concerning the floor washes that I make, or if you want links to other people I know who make handmade floor washes, ask me as well. Send a comment. I'll send you a bunch of them. I'm not going to list them all in here because there's a ton. And you can find commercially produced ones online as well, and those are usually just as good. Or so I've heard, like the Florida water and stuff I use is commercially used or produced, and I like it. But yeah, so that's it on floor washes. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And always send me questions if you want. I'm always open to questions. I like questions. I like conversing with people. So thank you again for watching.